Hello everyone, Andre from Survival Zone Africa. Thanks for joining me again. Guys, today I'm doing a knife that I actually didn't want to get in the first place. I actually ordered the smaller of the two, thinking that that might be a better blade, and thanks for a friend of mine that actually went with me to the store the day I purchased it. Said, you know what, maybe you should take the bigger of the two. He thought it might actually be better for what we intended on using it for. And guys, yes, and it's basically the Tex Creek XL. I ordered the Tex Creek, but I ended up taking the XL, and let me tell you something, boy, am I glad that I did. I only have this knife for 3 weeks now, but I've been playing with it, and every day that I'm using this knife, just playing with it, I'm wondering, could this be the knife that will actually replacing my SE6? You know, as you all know, my SE6 is my go-to blade when I go out hiking, when I go fishing, hunting. That knife to me is that's the best knife that I think, or that I actually own. But could this knife actually be my next go-to blade? Now you must remember, this knife, guys, was designed to be a hunting knife, guys. This is not a survival knife. This was mainly designed by a guy by the name of Leo Espinosa, and I believe Leo is also an avid outdoorsman. He's a hunter, and he designed this knife to be a hunting knife, guys. This knife as a skinner is just gonna be phenomenal. I mean, look at that belly, slide drop point. It's got a nice clip point as well. But just the design of this knife. Now, if we can just quickly, before we get going, let's quickly go through a couple of specs. I mean, this knife, you know, the overall length of this knife is basically 11 and one third of an inch. All right, you've got a blade length here of 6.13. all right. The blade thickness is basically 0.19 of an inch, so it's a little bit, I would say, maybe slightly over 3/16 of an inch. It's got very nice jimping, full tank construction. I mean, look at, again, you know, these red liners that they use on their handles are just for an artistic look. It's just beautiful. They use a black canvas micarta that is, I think there must be some sort of a clear coat on this, but nevertheless, guys, beautiful. A very generous lanyard hole over there. And again, you know, I can't say enough about the black river wash finish. And again, you know, tops with their differential heat treat that they do on their knives. I mean, just look at that. I don't know if you can see it. The lighting's a bit, the sun is a bit bad, guys. But I don't know if you can see. I mean, look at that beautiful line. I mean, that's just the differential heat treat that tops does. And you know, again, it was designed to be a hunting knife, guys. But why? I don't know. I just seem to think that this could be a very nice survival knife as well. I mean, you know, again, I don't want to debate about, you know, what's the best survival knife, but in my opinion, a survival knife to me needs to be a jack of all trades. You know, you need your knife to be able to do many tasks. You know, it might not excel at one thing, it might be a little bit bad on the other thing, but as long as it can get the job done. And if you're in a survival situation, guys, I mean, obviously you need your knife to be able to skin. You need your knife to be able to chop, to carve, to you know, to do many things, to dig if you have to, although that's, you know, that's not advisable. But at the end of the day, you know, you want a knife that can do a variety of tasks. And I'm just wondering that this knife, I think this knife will be, I mean, why not, guys? But you know, nevertheless, let's quickly look at, I mean, it's not a very heavy knife, guys. I mean, this knife only weighs in at 9.5 ounces. So again, it's not heavy. It's not going to be a chopping beast. But the ergonomics on the handle for me, and again, if you've got big hands, guys, this might not be the knife for you. I mean, it's got very thin slabs of that micarta. But I've got medium-sized hands, and for me, this just feels great. I mean, the ergonomics for me feels absolutely wonderful. The jimping, again, the jimping for me is not too aggressive, although it looks a bit like a like thread of a tank, but it definitely isn't, guys. And again, maybe it's the just the whole design. I mean, the slim handles, you know, that goes into the blade. This just looks to me like it's going to be a great survival knife as well. So this is definitely going to be in my backpack this season, going hunting. And again, I think it's definitely going to be a very good knife when skinning. I mean, it's got a very, very sharp point, and just the overall design, Leo, is just phenomenal. Thank you so much. I can't wait to get into the bush and to actually start cutting up big carcasses. You know, I think, I mean, for big animals like wildebeest, eland, big kudu bulls, I mean, this will definitely get a lot of video time for me this winter. So before we're actually going to chop and thump on this thing, let's quickly look at the sheath, because that to me is also very important. Again, it's a very nice brown leather sheath, again taco style, and again, guys, you know, the fit and finish, I mean, look at that, that's all double stitched, very, very nice. I've got a very nice belt loop over there. I did change it a little bit. I just put a normal carabiner with a bit of rope, just to give it a nice, you know, dangling style. And for me this is just wonderful. What I actually did was the knife is actually secured by friction only. So and again, you know, the knife actually goes in almost halfway, you know, across the handle. So you shouldn't be able to lose it. You've got to be very rough, you know, in order for you to use it. What I did do, however, was I actually wet this part under hot water, and I actually just put some pressure on the leather, just to give it a little bit more friction, and it works very, very well. Again, just a little bit of paracord for a lanyard. But guys, I really think this knife is going to be a good all-round knife. And what I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to get a Kydex sheath made, you know, through Mike Taggart. And when I get that, then I'll definitely show you guys. But I think with the Kydex sheath, with the fire steel and the striker, I think this will be this will make a good survival knife, in my opinion. But like I said, you know, it's not a very heavy knife. It only weighs in at 9.5 ounces. But let's quickly just see, you know, how this knife performs. I'm just going to. This is a dead thorn tree that I think it's a camel thorn, but it's pretty. This branch is actually dead. So let's just quickly see, you know, how this. And again, you know, this, maybe it's the design and the ergonomics on the handle, but I've got so much control, guys, over this blade, and it really chops. For a 9-inch knife, this chops very, very well, eh? This really chops so well. No, for sure, eh? Really bites in so well. And again, you know, the blade is only about 6.5 inches. I think I don't have the correct measurement, but it's around 6.5, 6.1 inch blade only. And again, you know, one thing about Tops that I can say, all their knives out of the box, guys, come razor sharp, eh? Really razor sharp. So I can just quickly show you the paper, you know, the paper test again after I've actually chopped into that tree over there. Very nice. I mean, look at that. Still razor sharp, guys. So very nice, eh? How would I rate this knife? Definitely an 8 out of 10, eh? Like I said, I think the only thing that in my opinion, they could have maybe gone with a Kydex sheath. But again, guys, it wasn't designed to be a survival knife. It was designed to be a, you know, to be a hunting knife, a nice belt knife. And again, you know, this knife maybe with my Hele Utfar, you know, as a companion knife, this is really, I think this will make a very nice a nice knife. And like I said, you know, in a few months I'm going to come back and I'm actually going to give you some feedback on what I think of this knife after the hunting season. And you know, who knows, this might even replace my SC6. At this point I really like the handle. The handle for me already is better than my SC6. And it's just, you know, the knife ergonomics, the blade design, guys, is what really gets to me. And like I said, in a survival situation, for me, you need to be able to hunt with your knife. You need to be able to skin. And you know, let's just see if we can. Again, it does not have a choil. Now again, a choil for me is very important, but just the way that the handle is designed, I've got enough grip and enough control on the handle that it just feels nice, eh? So let's see if we can. Again, I'm not on the ground, guys, so please forgive me. I'm just trying to see if we can get some fire sticks, or sort of fire sticks, going here. This knife is phenomenal, guys, really phenomenal. Very nice control. Like I said, it's only a medium weight knife, eh? So I'm going to focus now again. Let me just look at those coals. You know, very nice, even for, you know, just normal sharpening of a stick, maybe for a tent peg, or sharpening a spear, or maybe a component for a trap. Very nice. And like I said, you know, again, the edge is still very sharp. But I think probably the main thing on this knife for me is probably the handle. Now again, guys, if you've got big hands, this knife might not be the one that you might like. But if you've got small to medium sized hands, guys, definitely phenomenal knife, eh? The Tops Tex Creek XL, beautiful blade. And like I said, you know, the leather sheath isn't bad, good quality, double stitched. See the Tops logo over there. Of course, it comes with the you know, the normal Tops whistle that you get. Got about 6 or 7 of them already. So yeah, Tops, just another nice one, eh? Leo, I must congratulate you. Definitely, this is a knife that I'm going to use. And we'll see, you know, this might become my next go-to blade. I'll definitely give you some feedback on that, guys. So stay tuned for our next videos that's coming. Just a quick one. I'm actually busy with a series, a 5-part series of you know, what goes into my hunting bag when I go. So please stay tuned for that as well. Look it up. You know, I've got one video already, another one's coming. So stay tuned for that. And guys, yes, just one quick thing, guys, please subscribe to the channel. You know, we've been out of YouTube for a year, and we're back with a bang. And you know, every subscriber is valuable to us. You know, people say, you know, I should never actually just mention the people in the States, but across the world, guys, you know, our channel is been growing, you know, not as fast as we would like, but at least it's growing. And I would like to thank everybody across the world that's watching our videos. Really appreciate it, guys. And please leave a comment. You know, we're all in this to learn. Let's learn together. You know, like I said, we're out here in the southern part of Africa, and you know, I just think, you know, I think my input could also be valuable. You know, even if there's a little small thing that I might show you, or I might that you can use, you know, that's good enough for me, guys. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for joining, and stay tuned for our next stuff. Until next time, bye bye.